Hey, hey, let me get connected and we will get ready to go live.
About an hour and some change.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. As you get ready to pop on this morning, I am going to just quickly recap for those of you who are coming. Hey, Joy, I see you, sis. I'm wondering if you're at the gym this morning because it's just cold outside. And if you are, hats off to you for that determination, okay? I am excited that we have made it to this point in the series. So, y'all, we started last week. I was committed. I have been committed to showing up for you every single morning at 7 a.m. I know that lots of you get to catch the replays, and some of you join me early in the morning, and I love it. I love that we're here together. And so we have been going on this journey about executive presence, talking about what it is, what it isn't. But more importantly, these have been essential conversations for leaders, for founders, for those of you who are aspiring to grow on your leadership journey. These conversations have been unlocking a lot of gems on how you accelerate the growth of your career. How do you show up with the executive presence to move you from where you are to where you really want to be? Because another piece of this is that, especially as executive leaders, you're sitting in the C-suite or you are the founder of a business. You've gone from being a solopreneur to saying, I've got this vision. God has given me something that is so much more. And now I'm trying to lead teams. I'm trying to talk to investors and have conversations about the vision and growth of my company. It looks different. The things that worked for you when it was just a one woman or one man show, that's not going to be what opens the door for the next level. So as you come on this morning, please go ahead and share this video with other people in your network. Invite them to join us today, to join us in this conversation. So for those of you who are watching and you do not know me, I'm Carlisha Bradley. I'm the founder and CEO of Amplify for Women. I am a high performance women's leadership coach, and my work to date has impacted over 9,000 women in 23 countries. I've had a really interesting career journey. Most of the work that I have done has been in the social impact sector, whether it was leading the organization that I founded in 2009, Women Empowering Nations, which supports the leadership development, mentorship, and international exposure for Black girls around the world, or leading schools. I've served on the Oklahoma State Board of Education as well, overseeing public instruction for 700,000 students within the state of Oklahoma. I have been a startup leader myself with Amplify for Women. So, wearing various hats, led different teams, collective impact work, a lot of diverse work experience that has provided the exposure and the insights that I'm sharing with you all. Because one thing I can tell you is on my journey, I did not always get it right. As a matter of fact, I wish I knew many of the things that I have shared in this entire series much earlier in my journey. Gosh, I would not have bumped my head so many times. I would have been able to accelerate even the outcomes that I've had. And I'm proud of the accomplishments that I have seen to date, whether it is from being named a woman of the year or having pieces written about me in Forbes, in the Washington Post, in USA Today. There has been an extensive depth to the work that I've done, but it has not been without failure. It has not been without injury. It has not been without tears. And so as we have these conversations here, it is meant to unlock your leadership potential, allowing for you to make moves, decisions, and choices that are far advanced from the space that you're sitting in. I always like to encourage my clients, like, what does it look like for you to get on the balcony? For you to really look at the 700,000 foot view of the work that you're doing versus being right there in the weeds and thinking about it today. And so when I zoom back up and I look at my career journey and all of the pieces, first of all, I know that every misstep, every opportunity, and every door opened was a gift from God to place me on a path of purpose, to redirect me into this season, for my words, work, and the depth of my career to minister to those who are in positions of wanting to be eager to learn more or to grow. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for the gift of wisdom to support you and not making those mistakes. All right. So today we are talking about how my client went from fear to Forbes in 12 months, from fear to Forbes in 12 months. And yesterday we had this conversation about how you do not need a script for public speaking. You don't need a script. You don't need ChatGPT to write out your words. I told you what you needed instead. And so if you missed that video, you've got to go back and catch it because it is essential, especially for those of us who have personal brands, like how you show up as a person or as the leader of your organization is deeply dependent on the ability for people to invest or to do business with you or to be led by you. That is a video that you want to watch, especially as you're accelerating your journey as a public speaker. But today, I really wanted to unpack a client journey. I had a client who came to me and she was launching her vision and her big idea. And sometimes when we're early in the process, there's this fear of telling the world what you're up to or what you're doing. You feel like, I got this thought that I want to lean into, but it seems a little wild. It seems unobtainable. You begin to allow for yourself to sit in that position for your doubt and your own insecurities to remove you away from manifesting the vision that God gave to you, really. I see other people joining on LinkedIn and on Instagram. Thank you all for coming on this morning. Drop in the comments where you are joining from and go ahead and share this video with other people in your network that could benefit from what we're talking about today. So, getting back into this, we were talking about how your fear in this moment, when you're beginning to launch and lean into a big idea, it can keep you stagnant. It can keep you from wanting to share what's happening. In this book, Playing Big by Tara Moore, she talks about this concept of how we can begin to work at the whiteboard. And it is, we're always trying to work on our idea, work on our dream or our vision. We're trying to get it to this final product before we share it with people, especially the people it's supposed to impact. But that's perfectionism that is holding us back from getting to that point. So, with my client, she came to me and we began to really unpack her vision. We got clear on her brand, on who she was trying to reach, began to dig deeper into who she was and what she valued and how she wanted to show up in this work. Because I think that many of us, when we're founders, especially, you jump to the business plan, you jump to writing that out and scripting what will happen, the targets that you want to meet, but you have not done the essential work of identifying how you want to show up as a leader. What are your values? What is guiding you? And how does your brand as the leader complement, conflict, or influence your business brand? You've got to do the self work. So we started with this self work, and I began to unpack with her and using Amplify for Women's 4P framework for signature storytelling to identify her signature stories. Why did you start this? Why do you do this work? And what are these key stories from your lived experience and from the work that you've been leading that allow for people to be influenced by the vision of what you believe is possible? And she began to share her stories and she was like, I don't know about this. And I'm like, what? Like, I never knew these things about you. This is fascinating. And sometimes we need someone to hear our ideas, to catalog those stories for us. And we began to use this framework to piece them together to share a compelling story of who she was, the business she was leading, and her why, who her target audience was, how she connected to them, literally. And from this time working together, she had a VIP day. She went through our cohort, which I'll share a bit more about in a bit. But from this experience, I have watched her confidence grow exponentially. Everything starts with confidence, y'all. I know we can talk a lot about communication, about clarity, about showing up and being able to be compelling in the way that we influence others, but it all starts with our belief in ourselves. And if you are shaky in what you believe is possible to bring into this world, to grow into your business, your confidence is at the center of your ability to speak and to influence teams. All of that depends on your confidence. So let's get into peeling back more of the pieces for her. So the first thing that she did was she sought out support, right? A space to share and to really map out her vision. We supported her through how to map out getting from where she was to where she wanted to be. But we really started with her. What do you want to be remembered for? What is your brand? What is your legacy statement? What are your signature stories so that when you're going out and you're talking about the work, you have this compelling signature story that ties together your target audiences, that influences people to want to do business with you. The next piece for her was that she went through the cohort experience and was in community. A lot of times we can feel like we're sitting on an island and I'm the only person that's going through the trenches in entrepreneurship or in executive leadership. It is just me, but you're not alone. And being in our group coaching experience allowed for her to build relationships and sisterhood with other women who were on that journey with her. And the beauty to me of group coaching, I prefer group coaching experiences almost exclusively. That is what I invest in heavily because you are allowed to not only get insight from the expert who's in the room, but you also have all of these other peers who are on their journey as well to provide you with insight, resources. Who are you working with? Like additional connections. It is amazing for networking. I have met some people who are literally, y'all, they are my sisters. Like, I kid you not, these are my girls that I have met in group coaching experiences that have continued to endure in deeper relationships. We do business together, we do life together. These are lifelong relationships that you get through this group experience. And so for my client, she got into community, and being in community with women who are ambitious, who are going higher, it influences you to want to do the same. So when we look over her journey of what she was able to do from where she was, growing in her confidence, growing in her clarity, understanding her character and how her values and brand would show up, sis skyrocketed. Okay. She began speaking, being featured in publications, has been featured in Forbes, all within this journey of starting with investing in herself. And as I reflect on why Amplify for Women was started, it was to support clients like her. It was to support clients like you, particularly through our Elevate program. Now, I offer, and a lot of you have seen through this series, we've talked about elevating your executive presence. I am a master coach at teaching people how to elevate their executive presence, but also grow in their public speaking journey and curate speeches that connect with your audience to grow your teams and to grow your business. Now, I do this work for all types of clients through my VIP days, where I will support you in a full day of designing out your stories, designing your signature keynote, elevating your executive presence and brand as you get on the stage. But I have the Elevate program, and it has a special place in my heart. The Elevate program has a special place in my heart because it is designed for Black women founders and leaders who are ready to optimize their income, to fast track their career, but also to grow in their public speaking and to grow their business while doing this and not compromising their authenticity or their values. Hello, I see others who have popped on. It is so great to see you all with us this morning. I covered a few things about my client who went from fear to Forbes in 12 months, the steps that she took, and why there's this essential element at the center of everything that we're doing in executive presence and leadership and public speaking that is going to propel you. And now I'm talking about the Elevate program that is just near and dear to me. And I have seen so many women grow on their professional and business journey through this program. To date, we have seen the women in our coaching programs accelerate their income and public speaking revenue to the total amount of $850,000. We're almost at the $1 million mark. This is bigger than just, oh, producing more leaders. No, we're also in this work to close the wealth gap, to allow for Black women not just to have a seat at the table, but to be at the table and to be paid their worth while sitting at the table, and opening doors for generational wealth and economic mobility for years to come. So, the skill sets that we're teaching on and training on and showing you how to show up authentically is just, it's really powerful. It is groundbreaking, it is generational changing, and I want to tell you who this program is for and also who is not for. All right? So, this is for women who are founders or who are leaders. You are working in management, you're growing a team, wanting to grow a team, and you're also someone who that for your career interests and pathways, you will be in the spotlight. You're going to be talking to people, you will be on stages. Your personal brand is connected to your ability to lead and influence teams or to grow your business. Now, you're also someone you're ready. You're like ready to leverage your expertise and insight to get in the game. You're tired of sitting on the sidelines. You are ready to figure this out and want to map out your story and your leadership to grow your executive presence and influence. And lastly, you might be someone who's saying like, I'm tired of being alone on this journey. I'm tired of being in rooms and looking to my right and to my left, and it's just me. You're tired. You want community. You're yearning for other people to take this path with you, but I am destined to be a trailblazer. I'm destined to be a disruptor in my industry. I am not here to play games, and I just need somebody to help me package it so that I can go and run. All right. Hello to the other individuals who are joining. Hey, Mixed here for you. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, T. Great to see you ladies here this morning. So, what is included in the Elevate program? We start off by customizing this experience for every single member of our cohort. It is something that is very unique that I have not seen done in many group coaching programs, but it is essential for Amplify for Women and the ways in which I've seen it accelerate results for clients. We start with a customized 360 assessment. Our team administers this for you to individuals that you work with, that you're managed by, that you connect with in the community. And it is meant to give you a holistic picture of strengths, areas of growth, but also your hidden talents that you might not realize are standing out, or things that people seek out your support for, as we begin to fine tune your expertise, your signature story, and utilize our leadership training to help you in growing in areas where you may need additional support. So we start with this customized assessment. And the other part of this is that we offer 8 weeks of live weekly training. So we will hop on, we'll go through the curriculum. There is a detailed curriculum to support you in our 4P signature story framework to accelerate your journey as a public speaker. But we also dive into leadership. How are you leading and managing teams to drive results? How are you communicating vision, values, and strategy? So we are helping you grow to be a better leader, a better CEO, a better business founder. An additional element to this cohort that we did not have in our previous cohort, which I'm excited about, is that we're adding in 3 live group coaching calls a month. You get to have our team of experts pop in on this call, and we provide you with live training. If you have a challenge that you're facing, we are here to support you and walk you through it, all while you're additionally in this private virtual community with other game-changing women that you are connecting with, building relationships with, possibly collaborating on new projects and ventures. And you're doing this throughout the time. Yes, there's 8 weeks of curriculum, but you have 6 months of access. 6 months of access to the curriculum, to our team of coaches, to resources to support you as you go and implement. Because a lot of times you'll go through courses, you'll get training, and it's like, okay, like I'm fired up, I'm ready to go. I left this conference, I've left this program, and then you get to trying to do the work, and it's like, wait a minute, I have questions, I need help. That is why we are providing you with 6 months of access to our community and to our coaches to ensure that you are set up for success. So, if you are interested in learning more about the Elevate cohort, you can comment Elevate right now in the comments, and I will send you a DM with a link to learn more about the cohort experience. Feel free to DM me with questions. But as you go to write DM in the comments and you get that link, you'll learn more about what is included in this program. Right now, we are accepting applications for the wait list. So, what I had mentioned in my stories, I was like, I'm really looking forward to something. I'm counting down. I am leaving for South Africa next week with my nonprofit organization, Women Empowering Nations. We're hosting a travel seminar for young women from all over the world and meeting up in South Africa. So, I will be away working next week in South Africa. But when I get back, I will be doing the last 2 weeks of calls to pull individuals from our waiting list for our cohort. So if you are interested, there is just about a couple more weeks for you to fill out the form, submit it so that we can get a chance to talk and determine if your goals are aligned to what is being offered. Because one thing that is really important to me is that I'm not here just to sell you a program or to try to have you sign up. I am looking for women who are the right fit, right? We want to build a community that nurtures and supports one another. And I also, in these calls, I've loved these calls because it allows for me to hear your dreams and goals and to support you in building a framework for how you think about processing what is your next step. So, not only is it great to get to have these conversations and to connect with more women, but I'm also providing value and supporting you through thinking about your next steps. So, go ahead and comment, elevate if you are interested in learning more about the cohort. And if you are interested also in saying, like, hey, I'm not a Black woman leader or founder, but girl, I need help with my public speaking and my executive presence, go ahead and DM me and I can share more information with you about our VIP days for how we can work one on one. So we are wrapping up this morning. We talked about how my client went from fear to Forbes in 12 months. And I also broke down the intricacies of the Elevate cohort. So if you are interested, don't forget to comment the word Elevate to get that information sent to your inbox. And tomorrow, we are coming back for our 8th part of the 9-part series. I cannot believe that I have made it through these days. It's been tomorrow will be 8 days, and it's been great. I actually really enjoy it here. I don't know that I could do this every single morning, every single day, but consistency is king. So for those of you, if you are, a business leader, a founder, or just trying to grow your professional brand, consistency is everything. The more you get into the habit, the easier it comes and flows. And the same is true with public speaking. All right. So the more you're doing it, the more you're taking at bats, the more you flow in that space. Tomorrow, we're talking about what got you here won't get you there. This is a conversation. If you are frustrated at where you are on your journey as a business leader, as a C suite leader, and you're realizing, hey, what did I sign up for? Tomorrow, we're talking about these key steps for you to move to the next level and what you need to identify and find to get to that next level. So, again, same time, same place. Meet me here tomorrow. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.